why not? Why wouldn't an adult want to use a pacifier? Genuinely. Think of a reason why
Genuinely.
that is because we arbitrarily decided they're just for babies. So what do babies get out of pacifiers? Mostly, they're soothing. Every day, without even knowing it, you do things that are self-soothing. You might even be doing something right now that's self-soothing as you're watching this video. If you're lying in bed or on the couch, do you have a blanket that is pulled up kind of like
Let's have this conversation. Do ravers actually need pacifiers?
this around your mouth? Or do you have your shirt up covering your mouth? Are you fidgeting with something? Are you vaping? Are you eating? All of those hand-to-mouth actions are self-soothing. So yeah, let's talk about pacifiers. Today's video, as you guys can already tell, is on a bit of a taboo subject, which is pacifiers. How the world basically works is like this. People arbitrarily decide what things are and aren't normal or acceptable based
This is disingenuous.
on completely random factors that have nothing to do really with what's important or what's objective.
Can we at least be honest? It's not random. It's just random that pacifiers are associated with babies and not with adults. It could have easily been decided in the opposite way. That's not true. They were invented for babies, for something that babies do, that adults don't do.
And when I say harm, I mean true harm. Not, this has a vibe to it that I personally think is weird, so I'm going to logical fallacy myself into having a problem with it, which goes a little something like this. Well, pacifiers were originally made for babies, and you're an adult, and because this is something new to me, and I don't inherently understand it, that makes me feel like it's...
Have we talked about inherently too? That one bugs me because I think the word inherently is useful. But much like genuinely, people just started putting it in front of everything because you kind of can put it in front of everything. So they just use it without thinking about if they're talking about something that is inherent to something. They just say it, they just use it in front of, like every noun is inherently adjective. They do it all the time.
Only a distinct lack of critical thinking skills and maybe a little bit of narcissism and a dash of primitive human brain chemistry.
A dash of primitive human brain chemistry. She's being so condescending to my side of the debate.
Can get you from that point A to B. That point A of, I don't inherently understand this, therefore it is
wrong. I can feel the ad hominem coming. The ad hom is coming like a runaway train.
Wrong. Because I think it is weird, that makes it wrong. As if you're an authority on everyone and everyone's lives. Now, if you would like to join me in reality,
oh my god!
For adults.
The nerve of her asking us to join her in reality. This whole channel is about pretending to be a baby.
Now, let's get into the reasons why pacifiers may be helpful for some adults.
We do have the same My Melody plush, though.
Human beings inherently are comforted by hand-to-mouth movements, as well as other comforting oral stimulation. Other examples of this are vaping, although of course addictive chemicals also play a role there, liking foods when there is a specific hand-to-mouth element, like sunflower seeds, popcorn, or chips. Other good examples of oral self-soothing are chewing on pen caps, chewing gum, biting your nails or lips, sucking on hard candies, or even unconsciously or subconsciously touching your mouth when you feel stressed.
Okay, but here's the difference. Biting the inside of your cheek until you can taste blood, which is salty, is actually based. And using an object intended for a baby makes you look really weird as an adult. But nobody can tell if you're chewing the hell out of the inside of your cheek. In fact, it's one of the easiest ways to get pleasure in life. A little cheat code for life. Start gnawing away at the inside of your cheek until you can taste blood, and then blood is good because it's salty. Something that I recommend.
Or even tired. Movements like this.
But it doesn't require any accessories. You don't have to use anything to do it. You can just do it and no one is any the wiser. It's like, it's almost like listening to music on headphones, but you don't even need headphones. Just a little pleasure you can have inside your own head. No one knows anything about it. If you're using a pacifier, it looks weird.
Pacifiers might also be used as a way to stim or provide your body with.
I do wonder about the future. Like, how successful will this type of person be? And, like, you know what I mean? Like, think about this. As of 2020, it became pretty much normal to just kind of wear, like, pajamas outside and, like, at-home loungewear outside because everyone's like, who cares? The world's ending anyway. You know what I mean? So I guess the question is, like, how much of that kind of comfort forward, valid, you know what I mean? Like, is everyone gonna be, it's gonna be normal to use a pacifier and have a foxtail on your pants. All these things in the future, people are not gonna bat an eye at it. And it's, like, weird if you say something. Are you using yeah, I'm using a pacifier. It feels good. I'm sucking on it. It feels like I'm drinking milk from a teat. It's great. Plus, I'm in kind of a little space mentally, which is awesome. Yeah, I really cannot emphasize this enough. I strongly recommend that you get into chewing at the inside of your cheek, the skin on the inside of your cheek and your mouth. It's right there next to your teeth, and it will produce blood if you chew on it long enough, which will produce a salty flavor. I mean, blood, we all like the taste of blood. I don't think I have to make a case for that.
Fidgety and calm interest. The last reason that pacifiers might be useful for adults is simply this. They are fun. A lot of them, too, are hand-decorated by artists and can also be super...
There's actually a lot of women in Black-owned businesses that make custom pacifiers on Etsy. And so, do you see what I mean? Do you see how adding a really stupid argument weakens the whole thing? Even if you did have, like, really good arguments previously, adding a really clownish one makes you look like a fool. It does.
Fun to have as collector items. Now let's address some concerns that other people might have. First, that using a pacifier is a sign of immaturity. It's
you know what? If you actually want to do this so bad in public, then just breastfeed. Just find someone to breastfeed you in public. I feel like that is less weird than being an adult using a pacifier. Do you know what I mean? If you're actually feeding on a breast, people will be like, I assume I assume there's some reason why this is happening. I don't know why, but it's not really not my for me to know. But it's not my business. But if you see somebody with a pacifier in their mouth, you'll be like, "Oh, I know why you're doing that. You're a weirdo."